It's All Hallows Eve or Halloween. That's it. So we're off back down to Springbrook today. We're going to Purling Brook Falls and the Warrie Pool because it was so beautiful last time we went down there, and it gets a really great write-ups. Does this particular walk? It's well, we'll see what it is when we get there. Some say it's an out and back, some say it's a loop. So we'll see.
We're just going to explore.
see where we get to. Yes. So we have been shopping. We've been shopping again. We've been to Kathmandu, taking advantage of their sales. So we've got some new gear.
Oh, we've got fabulous bargains, which makes it all the sweeter. Yeah, which is nice.
All right.
But the one thing we have to do is make sure that we are not out after dark.
Okay. See you later.
Catch you there.
We're here at the Guangadella Bunga, I can't pronounce it now. Picnic area, which is a lovely picnic area, but it is freezing.
It's really cold. It's like being in the Lake District in spring. It's cold rain. It's just started to rain.
It's a bit drizzly.
It's icy.
It's not icy.
For me, it's icy. It feels icy.
But it is very chilly, so we're going to have something to eat, and then we'll work out whether we go on this or whether we leave it for another day.
Yeah, go home and watch scary movies.
All right.
Saw Part 4 is looking very appealing right now.
We've got one jacket between us, we could share that. All right, see how we go. Well, I just went back to the car. Well, we went back to the car to put the shoes on and checked. And the car said it's 14.5 degrees, which is, we were right, it's cold.
Blisteringly cold.
Very cold. However, the sun has come out now, the rain stopped, the sun's come out, the clouds are clearing, and the weather report says it's going to be a nice sunny afternoon. So it's, once we start walking, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Now, just to say to you, so people have been looking at this lovely bit of artwork on my face, and I thought it would have been obvious that it was a Halloween thing, but actually, because we're in I'm saying because we're in Australia, but because times are times these days, it's not unusual to see people with tattoos on their faces, and I actually think people might think it's a tattoo, which is why nobody smiled at me when they've seen it. They've just kind of given it a quick glance and then looked away. So I think I think it's probably a tattoo. Anyway, while the camera's on, let me show you the beautiful outfit. So I'll just show you Robert's new outfit. Head to toe, kitted out, all matching. Look at that. Looks like his first day at school. Oh, with his shorts on.
It's true. And I was going to leave my sunglasses behind the car, but thought, no, I'll take them. And I'm glad I did, because it's really sunny now. And anyway, we have decided that we might cut this track short. We were going to do what we're going to do. Purling Brook Falls and Circuit and the Warrie Pool. Warrie Pool is quite a lot further down into the valley, and I think it might be getting a bit cool down there. So we'll see how we go anyway. But the circuit's 4 kilometres, and we're a bit later than we've got an hour and a half drive back, so it might be enough for today anyway. We are here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the route that goes around here and round here and then down here, back up here and back to where we started. The falls are here, and there's a suspension bridge across there. So we'll see. If it gets too cold, we might cut off this bit and just go across the bridge and come back. But we'll see how we go. It says 4 kilometres return for the circuit, 2 hours. Here's our ominous warning that is on every single trip that we do. Serious injury or death could result from a trip, tumble or fall here. Okay, we better watch out for that then. So,
Absolutely.
Off down here, we're going to do this clockwise once again to avoid the steps going back up again.
So here we've come to a huge tree that's fallen over. You're going to give us a tour, Robert?
This is a big tree. I don't know, any dangly spiders all over it. Wow! That is, I think that's termites, isn't it? Because they've eaten away at that.
That's all the roots.
I think it looks
And
like
there's
termites. Yeah.
There's the tree inside. It's actually like a cave. Wow, look at that. And it's actually a tree.
Just down the steps and the start of the actual circuit, there's another Queensland Forest Service Aboriginal names and meanings, and a sign confirming that if we walk clockwise we will avoid the 450 steps at the end of the hike. So the steps we've just come down, and the steps it's referring to, are just behind me, and we've just passed some people who have actually come back up this way and they've counted them and they got to 452, so the sign is pretty close. So I think we'll try and do the circuit and avoid that 452 step ascent on the way back. So we go clockwise, which is round this way. And here's another one of our ominous warning signs, which, look, it's serious, but you've got to have a chuckle at the pictures, seriously.
This one. Hey, hey.
And even the chap next to him that's slipping all over the place is... So according to the map, there are two lookouts, one at the beginning and one at the end. The one we're at now is the western lookout of the falls.
Okay, so let me tell you. So the geographical landscape here, the rock face, is rhyolite, and rhyolite means that it's that particular rock is very, very slow to erode, and so this isn't likely to erode very quickly. Well, it doesn't erode very quickly. However, because it doesn't erode very quickly, it means the soil is very thin and doesn't support a lot. So actually, what you can see in the distance here, this is a eucalyptus forest. You can get a little bit of the scent of the eucalyptus.
We can see the eastern lookout over there as well. That was a very quick introduction to the falls. Usually we have to walk, quite a bit before we even see a waterfall. So anyway, the track goes off through this gate. So we'll follow up and see how far we get. That's a very long way down there. And there are no railings on this as well.
So if you have a look at the track here, you can see it's wide enough for one or two people. So we've been walking side by side.
You don't want to be messing around though, do you?
But I just said to Robert, you know, just get a little bit here, and because it's been raining, it's quite it's quite mushy, and it'll just slide away. So, and it's a hell of a long way down.
Yeah, if you had kids, you'd want to keep an eye on your kids.
Yes. Yes.
Now, our Kathmandu shoes, our Kathmandu hiking shoes, which we are so happy with, have Vibram soles on, which even in these conditions that we're in at the moment, are absolutely rock solid on the ground. Keep an eye on where I'm going though. Absolutely rock solid, look. Going nowhere. Love these shoes.
What Robert didn't tell you is we also invested in the Kathmandu socks. So I've never spent more than a couple of dollars on socks in my life. And the socks was sort of original price were about $50, $49.
For two pairs?
You're okay, you got two pairs. Outrageous. I got mine, which were the same, but in the older style packaging. I think mine were $17.
Oh, they were on, but they were on sale.
Special
The original was 40, and mine were only 45. But the original was 40, and they were reduced to 17, I think, with a further 20% off. So it's like you cannot hardly compare. But no, that's good value.
And they are beautiful. I wouldn't have thought 6 socks in this sort of weather, but they are absolutely dreamy socks.
Just want to say that Kathmandu are not paying us for this. They are not sponsoring us, and to be honest with you, they probably don't even know we're saying it. Not quite sure what this lookout is. I don't remember seeing it on the map, but I'll have a look. Fantastic view from here though. And I think there is another waterfall around. I can hear water anyway.
So we're going to look out for these. We have actually seen a few of these. So it's a palm-like plant that is called a cycad. It's only found in southeast Queensland and the northern New South Wales. It can grow 7 meters high, so that's very, very high for a kind of palm-looking tree. And it has cone-like seeds on it, and they used to be eaten by the local inhabitants, the Aborigine local inhabitants, but you had to leach them for a very, very long time because they are full of toxins. So we'll have a little look out to see if we can find those. They look like a very interesting plant.
Okay. I thought I heard some water. Well, it's not quite the waterfall that I was expecting, but it's like, there's a creek. This is going to be a waterfall. It goes over the edge. You are at Tanina Falls. Oh, okay. There's a little bridge here, but I don't think it's the suspension bridge that we see in all the photographs. What you found there, Al?
This is the first mushroom we've actually found on a day out.
All right.
And you'd think in these sort of
Be careful touching it, because if it's...
I didn't. I only touched the.
Okay. This is something a bit like out of Indiana Jones, isn't it? Watch the bridge doesn't fall away when you walk over it. Or a big stone ball come rolling down that log.
There.
Well done. Well done. The sun has come out and it is absolutely beautiful. I am so glad we did not turn back in because it's very warm here now. Not sort of sweating warm, but it's sort of like, it's very comfortable walking weather. We have been going, what felt like going up, to be honest with you, which was strange. It just didn't seem right that we should be going up. But no, we've come to the track and the track is most definitely going down now.
So we've just come up across one of those palm trees that we were looking for, and we found it. It's not quite 7 meters tall, but you can see here, these are the seed pods that come out of the bottom. That's where the seed pods are, and that's what the native people used to, what they called leach out all the toxins from those and eat them as food. So we've come across one. Yay!
Wow. There are lots of steps we've just come down. I don't think we've come down 450 of them yet, but we've come down quite a few. So I am glad that we have decided, as long as it works out that way, to take the circuit and go back where we don't have to climb up these 450 steps. But we're not over yet, so we don't know what we've got to come.
We've just come across another one. Actually, now we've spotted them. We keep spotting them everywhere, whereas they were a little bit elusive before, but yeah, now we know what we're looking for. We've got them. I don't fancy cooking them up though for Sunday dinner. They don't look very appetizing.
So, from my calculations, in about 400 meters, we should get to the bit where the branches off to go to the Warringa Pool track. Which we weren't going to do, but as it turned out such a nice day, we may very well do. And I think that's where the suspension bridge is. So we shall see. Saves climbing over it. Somebody's been kind enough to cut through it.
So we were, 1 minute we were in the middle of the jungle, and the next minute, well, this was like our tropical rainforest.
Rainforest,
okay, not jungle. And then we just turned around, and here we have this magnificent sort of cliff face. All this rock, it was completely unexpected.
It is, but I think this is the same rock face that the falls come down that we were looking at before, because we've come down quite far here now.
Yeah.
And there's some water up here. I don't think this is the falls up here, but it's
we can certainly hear some water.
yeah. And just popped round the corner, and this is what we've got here, this magnificent cliff face.
We've come across this rock face here. Now, there's nothing unusual about a tree growing sort of halfway up a rock face. You've seen that lots of times. But you just have a look at the root structure on this tree, clinging on for dear life. Look at this. That's part of its root system. And across here, and it goes right round there. It's like some kind of horror film where you'd see the alien clinging on and its tentacles coming all over the place to cling on to something. But yeah, it's quite spectacular how it's actually managed to wrap itself around that rock, clinging on for dear life. And it looks pretty healthy to me.
You always manage to make a horror story out of sort of like trees or anything we come across is like a horror story, which I guess it's Halloween, so I'm gonna give you that one.
I'm allowed that one.
I'll give you that one because it's Halloween.
Our daughters come into our room on most Saturday mornings, and we have a little chat in the morning. And Gabby came bursting in this Saturday and said, "This is it. This is sort of the end of the world as we know it." Mark Zuckerman, is it? Mark Zuckerman, the Facebook...
Zuckerberg, I think.
Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, has decided that their Facebook, it's all going to change its name to Meta or something. And everything is going to be virtual reality from now on, and that we will no longer need to work or meet with people or socialise in person. Everything can be done online and in virtual reality, and that is the way that company is going to, that's the direction it's going to go in, and within the next 10 years it'll all be a done deal. And you come out to somewhere like this and you can hear the sounds of the water, the birds, you can just smell all the damp and everything of the woods, and just see these sights. And I just think,
it's nature.
Never. You can keep it, Mr. Zuckerman. Berg. Whatever your name is.
This is very lush and green and moist walking through here. So I am going to name this track the Indiana Jones track, because we've had creek crossings, we've had logs to slide down, we've had boulders. Well, we didn't have boulders, but yeah, we've had rocks that are hanging off, and now we've got a big tree loop that I don't even know whether I want to stand in this. If I stand in this, is somebody going to pull it up and I'm going to end up hanging upside down from a tree or something? Ooh, safe.
That's exactly what it looks like, a snare.
It's like straight out of Indiana Jones. I could hear water and we were getting closer. Oh, this is the base of the falls. Yes. All right, so we're right down at the bottom now, because I can see the pool down there. Let's go down and have a look.
Hope you brought your budgie smugglers to go for a dip.
It's a little bit cold for us, a dip today. So we've come to the choice. So Warringa Pool, 2 kilometres return this way. And although the weather is nice, time is getting on, unfortunately. So we'll have to leave that for another day. So we'll carry on with the Purling Brook Falls circuit, which is down here. Let's go and have a look at the base of the falls. And here we are at the base of Purling Brook Falls. Absolutely magnificent. And I'm getting some spots, and I don't know whether it's the falls or whether it's rain, not sure. So this is the suspension bridge. Oh, here we go. The John Stacey Suspension Bridge, opened by Dr. Stephen Miles MP, 10th of March 2015. It looks like some people are here taking a swim baths. I didn't see anybody, did you?
No.
Plus, it just left them.
Yeah.
We'll walk across the suspension bridge.
Oh my God, it's wobbly.
It's a
It
bit wobbly.
actually is swinging.
It's not that far. Oh, it's okay. I was going to say it's not that far off the ground, but on that side it's a fair way. It's not too bad. Not that I want to fall, but
It mustn't have been a circular route before 2015, because this bridge has only been in since 2015, and I can't see a way that you'd get around it.
across the rocks. So if you'd have carried on going down
Yeah.
and across the rocks, and I think I read that somewhere that you used to be able to do that, but it's closed now. It's prohibited.
Yes. Surprise, health and safety.
Absolutely. Let's wander off the rest of this bridge because it's wobbling. Well, that was a waterfall, certainly worth coming to see, but the suspension bridge just like the cherry on the top, icing on the cake. Oh, sugar in your tea. The suspension, chocolate on your biscuit. Walking across that suspension bridge there's not many waterfalls you can do that you can walk behind. But I've not come across one where you can walk in front of it on a suspension bridge before. That was really a bit special. Yeah. Okay, so we're about 1 kilometre off the end now. As I said, time is going on, so we'd better carry on. The instructions said go clockwise and you'll avoid all the steps back up, or the 452, I think it was, steps back up. So we've just come from the base of the waterfall and all it is steps. I have a theory that they put these instructions saying you'll avoid the steps if you go a certain way round, so that everybody goes the same way round and they don't end up bumping into each other.
Not sure how much of this you can see, but we've just come round the corner on the path, and you can see we've a very old landslide that's occurred, very old rock slide, and the rocks come down and they carry on all the way through, cutting a path through the forest. Massive giant boulders, and that looks like it happened a long time ago.
So the rain's gone away yet again and the sunshine is creeping through, and no steps. Nice smooth track.
It's not unusual to see vines growing around a tree, but this is probably a first for us, where we can see the vine has actually grown into the bark all the way up. And it's quite a perfect wraparound. It's almost man-made looking.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite so tight around a tree.
This tree, actually I think it's fallen. I don't think it's grown over, I think it's fallen. But what somebody's done is they've cut there, same on the other side, and down here, and down there, to make an archway for people to walk through.
Isn't that great? So they don't destroy the landscape. Just it makes nice little features for us to go through.
Well, yeah, they could have just like chopped the tree at the top and the bottom, and
it's great.
it's another big tree here.
That's the roots just there, so it was right on the edge of that rock.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be underneath it when that one fell, would you?
How long do you think that's been there for?
I have no idea.
Do you think they just season and stay there for sort of hundreds of years?
Eventually
Just
it'll decay.
naturally season.
I don't know. Eventually it will decay, I suppose.
Yeah, but wood can last for hundreds of years, can't it?
I'm not sure whether it would out in the wild though, because it'll get eaten by termites and it'll decay, it'll rot, won't it?
Yeah.
So we've reached a sort of a flatter bit, and it's not on the hillside anymore. So I feel that we're probably getting back close to the eastern lookout, and the eastern lookout over the falls, which is a lot closer to the falls. So I don't think it's too far up down the track now. Pity we haven't seen any any more wildlife, Al? So like some, I don't know, some lizards or...
I do think because this path has been trodden, this well-beaten trodden path for over 100 years, I think wildlife it just won't come within 100 metres of the place.
It might be. You might be sat out there watching us right now.
Well, they might be, but they'll be well and truly hidden, and then they'll come all back out and see what the tourists have sort of left, any bits of crumbs and things that they've left. But I think they're well hidden, and yeah, on showing their face.
Yes. They might be just waiting to pounce us. It is Halloween. And we heard the sound of water, and the falls are over there, meaning we are not too far away from the eastern lookout, a bit further down the track. This is the eastern lookout, and tell you what, it's a bit tingly here. There's the falls, they go.
Oh, my legs are going. Yours?
Yeah, and this is where we were. You can pick it up down there. There's the steps, and there's the suspension bridge. That's where we walked across. So we can get a little bit more of the falls from over here.
My legs are buckling. My legs are actually buckling underneath me when I go to the edge.
It's suddenly tingly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's spectacular, but kind of, and it's such a high barrier. There's no way you can go anywhere. It's so solid. But yeah, I'm still having difficulty taking a picture.
We reached a junction in the road. The car park and the rest of the Purling Brook Falls circuit is this way, and I think that's about 250 metres. And the east lookout is just 40 metres down there. So off we go. So we've got a little bridge to cross here. So over here, which you can't go over here, this is where the it's just starting to rain now. Good job, we're almost back. This is where the waterfalls are, but over this side is the creek, and where all the water comes from, obviously. And that seems to run along the side of the path down here. When if they have the heavy rainfall, this is going to flood, isn't it? This is going to overflow, which is why they've got the gates and they closed it off, I guess. This is where the main water flows, going down to the waterfall over the edge there. Beautiful. And we're back at the Aboriginal names board. Yeah, car park and picnic area 70 metres down this way. And that is Purling Brook Falls. So yeah, given the time, I'm glad we didn't do the Warringah Pool track as well, because that would have made it a little bit long for the time that we had. It would have been dark when we came back. But it was supposed to be, as I said, it's supposed to be 4 kilometres. Mine says 5.67. Alison's probably says maybe about 4.5.
4.98.
Oh no, just short of 5. So the 4 is a bit short for this for this circuit, but it's an easy one. It is an easy walk, and the time passed so quickly. Took us quite a while to do it, and we were just sort of meandering along, looking at the nature, looking at the wildlife. It's beautiful
because there isn't just one waterfall to see. There's lots and lots of views of different sort of waterfalls and water features, and there was a lot to see, which broke it up a lot.
Not quite as much as Twin Falls, but it's in the same national park, and Springbrook National Park is beautiful. There's lots to. The
facilities are excellent. The walk paths are excellent. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't get lost. This is a follow your nose circuit all the way around. You really can't get lost. It was really good.
How would you rate it today then?
Oh look, I'd say it's a definite thumbs up plus.
Thumbs up.
I'm not going to give it 2 because I gave Twin Falls 2, and Twin Falls had a little bit more to offer, I think.
This is a thumb and a half.
But this is close. Definitely up there. Yeah, definitely up there. But we will come back when the weather gets a bit warmer. We will come back and we will do the Warringah Pool track, and we'll bring some swimmers and we'll maybe take a dip.
Yeah, I'd
So-
love to bring the girls here because the picnic area and stuff is
Yeah,
lovely
yeah,
here.
great
and,
picnic area.
And yeah, lots to see.
Absolutely.
I think they'd enjoy it because it
Yes.
is an easier walk.
Yes, absolutely. So, and I must remember to do this. So, if you've got to the end of this video and you enjoyed it, well, first of all, if you got to the end of the video, thanks for watching all the way through. And don't forget to like it if you liked it, which I assume you do if you've got to the end. Consider subscribing because that helps us out. And if you've got any comments about this or any other trails, or you've got any suggestions about trails you think we might like to do in southeast Queensland, put them in the comments below.
Can I put a comment in below?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my comment below.
Well, you put it in the comments below. You don't put it on the
No,
video.
but I'm going to do it here because this
Okay.
is my comments below. Don't forget, don't forget, like, subscribe, leave a comment below on what you thought of it. That's a little bit quicker than the way you said it.
It is. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
We'll head off home. Bye.